Now before we start this video, I'm gonna hit you with a trigger warning, drama and hardcore server rules. Whenever talking about rules for official hardcore servers, some people are bound to get pissed off, so this is your one trigger warning. Go grab something to eat and drink or something relaxing, and try not to get triggered too much. I should also state that I have personally been in the hardcore community pretty much from the very start. I have one level 54 and one level 60 on the current classic era community hardcore servers, aka Hydraction Waterlords for EU, and before this I also had some low level characters on previous classic hardcore servers way back in the day. For reference, here's a quick screenshot of one of my my first classic WoW hardcore video, which was uploaded on the 26th of February 2020, more than 3 years ago, just in case someone thinks I'm completely new to this challenge and have never played it before, or that I'm just riding a hype train or whatever. I just wanted to mention that to set the stage. Alright, I guess it's time to talk about some drama. Official hardcore servers were announced by Blizzard last week, and even though this is something we should all be incredibly excited for, it's pretty much split the community and it's starting so much drama to the point where people just straight up insult each other for having different opinions than their own. So let's have a chat. Exactly what drama am I talking about? Well, Blizzard said during the announcement that they felt it was not right for Blizzard to impose on the server by adding any additional rules beyond having one life, while also saying they wanted to preserve the social element of the game itself and focusing on the social parts of Classic, delivering a social experience. Basically, allowing you to play on a one-life server in the way that you personally want to play. Now, even though they didn't really confirm any server rules or took anything away, it was a vague way of saying things, and this really hints towards grouping, trading, and auction houses being available, which has sparked an absolute frenzy from a part of the community. Basically, you have two different types of players that are going to war against each other, where one is very vocally against the other one, and I want to preface this by saying that I personally will enjoy hardcore no matter what happens, rules or no rules, it will be fun no matter what. So to summarize the two groups of people, group number 1 wants to have the current rules that we have when we play hardcore, with the hardcore add-on, which basically enforces a very strict rule set for a solo self-found challenge, meaning no grouping, no trading, and no auction house. Group number 2 wants to have what it looks like we are getting, a regular classic WoW experience with one life, where they can play the game in the way they want to play the game. Now, here's where I am going to trigger some people. The group that wants to have the rules we currently have with the hardcore add-on is basically who's starting all the drama, trying to gatekeep the word hardcore and saying if trading is allowed, there's no challenge anymore, you can do it blindfolded, just buy epics and enchants, and everything Lamau, it will be so easy WTF. After playing hardcore for about 500 hours in the last 2 months, yeah, I'm no-lifing a bit, I know, even still I'm having fun, and after being a part of the hardcore community since it came out, I can tell you this, 95% of the deaths that I've seen are due to mistakes. You misjudge a scenario, you pull something wrong, you run into too many mobs, you overestimate yourself, or you make one out of a million different mistakes, which makes you die. In 99% of those scenarios, you would have died no matter what gear you have. I have seen a warrior loot edge masters, then die after an hour. I've seen a retribution paladin loot an epic axe appropriate for his level, and then die very quickly after equipping it. I've seen a fully raid geared warrior die in the open world in a level 50 zone, like level 60, fully raid geared Naxxramas character, probably not Naxxramas, AQ or something, like had the entire raid gear and the tier set and everything, died in the open world due to once again misjudging something, doing a mispull, literally a mistake, right, even though it was obviously over geared for the scenario. Am I trying to say trading will not make it easier? No, of course it will. I am not a complete moron, well at least I don't think so. With only one working brain cell, I have at least 2 brain cells working, and I am able to acknowledge that trading will have an impact. However, the impact will be much smaller than people are making it out to be. People are running around saying trading in auction house will break hardcore, getting a level 60 warrior will be so easy, and it will no longer be a challenge. Like seriously, once again, after being here for 3 years and playing more hardcore than most of you probably ever will, 95% of deaths are due to mistakes, and no matter how much gear you had, you would still have died. The only levels where gear really brings in a huge boost is level 1 to 30, after that the noob filter really sets in. And another point that I want to bring up is this one. Where are you going to get all the gold? Once again, people are using the argument of people will be running around with Crusader enchants at level 1, full world epics by level 40, mooncloth bags and full consumables. You do realize that items are not free on the auction house, right? It actually costs gold. Hardcore servers are starting from scratch, nobody has anything at level 1, it will take months to build an economy where we are getting full epics, full bags, Crusader at level 1 and mooncloth bags is even possible. Like, we're talking months, we're talking at least 6 months down the line, maybe a little bit quicker, but you get my point, and it's going to be expensive as fuck. So you're going to have to go out and farm that gold, in which case you are playing the game, which I personally don't see any problem with. Let's look at it from a different perspective. Player A wants to buy full enchants for his level 1 character and level fast. He farms gold for 100 hours to do this, and he buys the best items for level 1 to level 20. Player B wants to do the solo self-found challenge and does not have to farm for 100 hours, he can literally start right away. By the time player A has farmed all his gold and starts his character at level 1, player B will already be level 40 or level 50, but player A will be level 1, but he will be very strong. Who's really winning here? And moreover, why would player B care about how player A chooses to play the game and vice versa? Why can't both players have fun in their own way? The fact is, like, player A wants to enjoy the game and finds enjoyment in being overpowered during the early levels. Once again, referring back to the level 30 being a noob filter, he can have fun from level 1 to level 20 or 30, one-shotting absolutely everything from level 1 to level 10, and then he will die at level 30. How does that impact you? Player B wants a challenge, both can get exactly what they want. It doesn't need to be an us versus them environment here. By Blizzard giving us servers with one premise, aka one life or death equals a ghost, it is then up to the community to come up with challenges like solo self-found to spice up the gameplay if they want to, but the server itself should fit, or it will fit everyone who wants to play some iteration of hardcore, which is literally what a MMORPG server should aim to accomplish. I honestly can't help but feel like player B in this scenario, aka the fictional player that I made up in this video to represent the people who want to impose the current solo self-found rule set to the official hardcore servers, think that getting to level 60 is such an impossible mountain to climb, and they need other people to complete the challenge the same way they did, otherwise they are not worthy of playing hardcore or something. Literally gatekeeping the hardcore community, or try to keep people away from it, while that is so antithetical to what a MMORPG should be about in the first place, and also very antithetical to what classic WoW has always been about, which is helping each other and socializing. One of the many reasons why I returned to hardcore recently was in fact my love for the challenge and my love for the community, and the community helping each other during the leveling process in guild chat and hardcore chat and so on, being very helpful, very welcoming, and so on. But lately that has shifted to a more toxic environment where it's more gatekeeping focused, less helpful and more trying to push others down rather than helping each other up, and it's shifted more and more from a respectful and welcoming community, more to a community that is trying to keep people away from joining it. Now I'm hoping that didn't come across too harsh, because I seriously do love hardcore overall. I'm enjoying it every single day. I'm streaming it on Twitch. I believe you can see how much I love the game. I just hate this gatekeeping mentality that people have, which reminds me so much of elitism, which has always plagued this game, and I desperately don't want to see that in hardcore. The simple fact is, if you want to keep using the rules we currently have with the add-on, you can keep using the add-on on official hardcore servers. There's absolutely, literally nothing stopping you. There's an argument I see online saying having access to grouping, trading, and the auction house will destroy the hardcore servers, which is simply not true because it never has. We are currently playing hardcore on Classic Era, Bloodsail Buccaneers, and Hydraction Waterlords mostly, two regular Classic realms where trading is available, the auction house is available, and grouping is available. That being said, we are using an add-on to restrict the use of it, but the features, they are available. And here's the kicker: you can use these features and still complete the hardcore challenge with a verified run, as the hardcore Lua file is very easy to edit if you spend 5 seconds online googling how to do it. So at this point, not using the auction house, trading, or grouping are personal rules that you impose on yourself for a personal leveling challenge, which you can still do on the official hardcore servers without imposing those rules onto everyone else at the same time. Because the simple fact is, people play the game differently, and you have no say in telling me how I should have fun, just like I have no say in telling you how you should have fun, and playing the game should be about having fun. One of the beautiful things about having an official hardcore server with only one main rule, having one life, is that the community can come up with several new challenges based on that one baseline rule, allowing for the future use of Stay Safe's Soulman challenge, Solo Self-Found challenge, Iron Man challenges, PvP challenges. It's basically Blizzard giving us a server with one rule that would fit into so many different challenges, and would make sure these servers stay here for a long time. By adding multiple rules onto the server, like only trading at level 60 or not allowing grouping and so on, you are massively restricting the core server itself, and in return you are actively discouraging people who want those aspects available from being able to play on that server. There's one more comment I've seen coming up once or twice, which is, if you want trading and grouping, go play regular Classic, as if people are not allowed to enjoy the concept of having one life and trading plus grouping at the same time. And that is the equivalent of people saying currently in Wrath of the Lich King, if you want Dungeon Finder, go play retail, which is just the dumbest argument I have ever seen in any discussion in all of my life, and I'm absolutely amazed how these people even found out how to leave a comment in the first place. Stop gatekeeping the hardcore word around a singular hardcore challenge and allow it to be a fun experience rather than a challenging one, with the challenging element being optional.